I got another quick video on a Thrunite. This one's a new Catapult. It's called the Catapult Pro. We'll take a look at the specs before we even open it up. I'm going to take this one out once it's dark, and we'll see how far this one throws, and we'll compare it to the other Catapult model that I have here. I've got a couple of them, but we'll get a couple of them up and we'll compare them. Here's our specifications for this one. So it's using an SFT70 LED, which makes up to 2713 lumens and has a distance of 1005 meters. So this one here should shine a kilometer away. We're going to put that to the test. It has say an SFT70 anti-reflective coating, ultra clear toughened glass lens, reflector is smooth. Uses a 26650 I think battery on this one. I'll have to take a look and see on this, but it does have a battery you can swap out. And here's our output: 2713 lumens in turbo mode. Then it drops to 961 lumens. It'll do that for 9 minutes in turbo mode before dropping to 961 lumens for another additional 90 minutes. Turbo will shut itself down after it runs for 9 minutes and go down to the lower setting. Infinity high, as they call it, is 1482 lumens for 24 minutes, at which time it drops down to 909 lumens for an additional 2 hours. Infinity low will run for 53 hours at 42 lumens. Firefly 0.7 lumens for 42 days, and strobe mode 776 lumens for 3 hours. Has a maximum distance of 1005 meters, so just over 1 kilometer. And the intensity 252,500 CD maximum. The intensity 1.5 meters drop resistance or impact resistance, and it's IPX8 rated to 2 meters. As usual, we have a lock and unlock mode. You can press and hold the side switch to unlock the flashlight to enter Firefly mode, and under Firefly, press and hold the side switch to access the lockout mode. That's so that kids can't access it accidentally. And you got to hold it for, I think, 5 seconds. When the light's unlocked, just click the single click button to turn the light on and off, and you hold the side switch to cycle between infinity and infinity low, and it just varies up and down. Shortcut to Firefly: when the light is off, press and hold the side switch to get to Firefly mode. All the standard stuff. USB-C charging, like all the new ones. This is a brute, this light. And of course, it comes with the base unscrewed part way so that the lamp is not energized. This one is fairly big. For reference, we'll compare it to a TN12. Yeah, just a little more light out of this one. We'll turn the light on and blind the camera. And that's not even the brightest that it goes. Look at that, it messed up the autofocus. Press and hold the side switch and it will go down to the minimum setting and then back up to the maximum setting. Variable power. Unlike others that only have 2 or 3 different settings, this one here is variable power to minimum and then back to maximum. If you double click, you get into the ultra bright turbo mode, which is ridiculously bright. You do not want to look at this one. And it does throw off a fair bit of heat. You can feel the heat right now in my hand. If we unscrew the battery, we can inspect the battery. I think it said it was a 26650, and it is a 26650 5,000 milliamp hour. Comes with the battery. There's our driver circuitry. This unit is sealed, it doesn't come apart. I'm sure it probably does unscrew if you use a special tool to undo this, but it is sealed for a reason, so that it's watertight. USB charge port, USB-C charge port right there. So you can charge it up in the flashlight or take the battery out and put it into an external charger. The base does not come off. There's no tail cap that unscrews on this. It's the entire battery itself. That's about what I can show you now on this unit. We'll take this out when it gets dark, take it up to the park, and take a look at what type of distance we can get out of this lamp. Supplied accessories, hand strap of course, and spare O-rings, and probably a button cap as well. What do we got here? We got a little like a key ring. Can go on the base. A couple of spare covers for the charge port in case you lose it. Comes with 2 spares and 2 spare O-rings. And of course, say the hand strap and a spare button. This is the insert to the button, which will come off obviously. Okay, we're going to take this out and I'll show you guys. I'm going to charge it up full because I haven't charged the battery yet. Put the battery in my charger, get the battery charged up to full, and then we'll take this out and, as I say, do a comparison to the other throwers that I have. This one here called a Catapult Pro. We'll compare it to the other two others. We'll compare it to the other two. So I'm going to head out now. It's dark. I'm going to head out and we're going to compare the Catapult V6 with the Catapult V6 SST70, and of course the Catapult Pro. I'm going to use, say, the first one I'm going to use is the original V6, and then we'll use the V6 with the SST70 LED. So here's the original one. This is just my little headlight on, by the way. You see here, I'll turn that out for the test. Okay, so here's the original V6. We're going to look down there into the pond that's way out there in the background. Now this is on normal mode, this is not turbo. We'll fire this onto turbo, and that's the brightest that this light shines. And it illuminates everything. I'll zoom the camera in here a bit so you can see. So we're lighting up distance in the park. Then I'll put on the SST70, and the SST70, as you see, has a little bit wider beam than the original Catapult. There's the original Catapult. Whoops. In turbo, and this is the SST70. And next I will let you see the new one, which is the Catapult Pro. So Catapult Pro coming on in turbo mode. There is the Catapult Pro. Wow, that is a bright beam. By comparison, this is the SST Catapult SST70, and here is the Catapult Pro. Much sharper, concentrated beam, as you can see. It illuminates. Now this is, we're going out there probably half a kilometer. They have a 1 kilometer reach, they say, and this is really, really bright. Wow. Very tight beam. This is the original, I think that's the original Catapult again. And that's the SST70. I'm going to put them in non-turbo mode. This is the Catapult V6 in high but non-turbo. SST70 in high but non-turbo mode. And Catapult Pro in high. Very tight, concentrated beam that really throws the light. And here we are. I'll give you a wider shot again on the camera. SST, get all the lights going again here. So this is the V6, the original V6 in high power mode, but not in turbo mode. The SST70, which I'm blinding myself now. SST70 and the Pro. Very concentrated beam. Go to the darkest corners of the park, way down there. I'll put it into turbo mode. And we'll zoom the camera in. Now this is probably getting near the extent of its range. I can see to the far edge of the park, which is probably about 800 to 900 meters away. I'm going to take the camera down to, I'm going to take it down to the river, and we'll take a look at some of the shots. We'll go down the river. I'm going to go down to the Westham Bridge and we'll shoot from there. Okay, now we're on the river. We'll start out with the original Catapult. Here it is in its turbo mode. As we shine it down the riverbank. Out into the abyss, as they say. Catch the bridge itself. As you can see, there's no lights down here. We're in total darkness. Next, I'll switch over to the SST70, again in turbo mode, so we can take a look at that one. Put the other light away. So this is the SST70. By comparison, and next we'll look at the Catapult Pro in turbo mode. So there it is. I think you can agree that this brute really throws out a strong beam of light. Go to the bridge again. Bridge operator is probably wondering what I'm doing, because there is a bridge operator on the other side. This is a swing bridge that they have to open for boats. But as you can see, I can see on the other side of the river Now that is probably a kilometer away, what we're looking at there. That's on the other end of the river. And they say that the light will throw a kilometer, and well, it's certainly, we're seeing those houses over there in the extreme distance. And I'll compare the other lights. So this one is the ST70. As you can see, you can't even see it. There's the comparison. There's the ST70 in turbo mode. There's the difference right there. Right, the houses are lit up. This one here you can barely see them. ST70 Catapult Pro. That's high mode, and that's turbo. And I'll look at the V6 as well. V6 in turbo mode as well. So here is my Pro, and here's the V6. The V6, you can't even see it. There's the difference. You see, you just barely see those houses. And then Catapult Pro. And this is at the extreme range, because this light's actually getting warm. But yeah, it's bright. It really throws a good beam, as you can see. It's got quite the beam. Like it just goes for a long distance out there. Some more houses out in the distance. I hear something. Something's up in the trees here, maybe a bird of some type. It's making some noise, but there's a house way down here, if we can zoom in on it. Or a building of some type. As you can see, that's way off there in the distance. There's a house there. That's, you know, probably 700 or 800 meters. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys how strong this beam is. This is the brightest and longest throw light that I've got from Thrunite so far. It's gone down to high power mode. If I double click it again, it'll go back up to turbo, because the turbo mode only stays on for a few minutes and then it goes down. Anyway, I think that probably will do it for the demo on this one. And you know the saying, there's never a cop around when you want one? Too bad there wasn't one around to give this guy a ticket for driving at night with his taillights out. Thanks for watching.